Due to the large variety of magic cards and effects in Magic Swords and Suns, figuring out how magic cards interact with other cards can get a bit confusing. Luckily, there are a few basic rules you can refer back to while playing. When a modifier magic card requires you to select at least one card on the field in order to activate its effect, that magic card leaves the field in the same way as the card it is affecting. This is called connectivity. For example, the effect of anti-redirection states, select any one card on the field. That card cannot be redirected. Let's say that you play anti-redirection on your orange sword. If your orange sword is destroyed by another card, anti-redirection will also be destroyed. Connectivity also applies if your orange sword is returned to your hand or shuffled into your deck. In such cases, anti-redirection will leave the field in the same manner. However, connectivity only applies to modifier magic cards that require you to select at least one card on the field. Cards such as Black Booster and Red Booster, which apply a blanket effect, do not require you to select a specific card. As a result, these cards remain on the field until they are removed by a card effect. Always remember to shuffle after using a magic card that allows you to search through either player's deck. The only exception is when using cards such as Sabotage and Top Rearranging. Magic cards that specifically destroy cards from your opponent's deck cannot be used to destroy cards in your opponent's hand, even if there are no cards left in their deck. For example, the card Impartial Exchange allows you to destroy a power card on your side of the field in order to destroy cards from the top of your opponent's deck equal to the attack strength of the destroyed power card. If you destroyed an Aqua Sun, which has an attack strength of 7, Impartial Exchange would destroy 7 cards from the top of your opponent's deck. However, if your opponent only has 5 cards left in their deck, Impartial Exchange would only be able to destroy those 5 cards. Unlike damage dealt during a power card attack, magic card damage does not transfer to the hand once the deck is empty. If your opponent has 0 cards left in their deck, you would not be able to play Impartial Exchange at all. When a power card's attack strength is altered by a modifier magic card, the color of that power card does not change unless specifically stated in the effect of that magic card. For example, the effect of Power Doppelganger states, select any one power card on your side of the field. For the rest of this turn, change the color and attack strength of that power card to match the color and attack strength of any one other power card on your side of the field. In this case, Power Doppelganger changes both the attack strength and the color of the selected card. On the other hand, the effect of Downgrade states, select any one power card on the field and decrease that card's attack strength by 1 for the rest of this turn. In other words, Downgrade changes the attack strength of the selected power card, but doesn't alter the color. While the color of a welded power card changes based on its attack strength, the color of a power card that has been modified by a magic card does not necessarily need to correspond to its new attack strength based on the power card color chart. When using the effects of multiple modifier magic cards on a single card, the magic card played last takes precedence over the others. For example, let's say that you play Permanence on your Card Creator magic card, and then your opponent responds by playing Becoming Mortal on your Card Creator. Even though Permanence and Becoming Mortal are both active on the field, since Becoming Mortal was played last, its effect takes precedence and Card Creator returns to being a temporary magic card. If a magic card becomes unusable, it returns to your hand. For example, let's say you attack with a blue sun. In response, your opponent plays redirection, so you play anti-redirection on your blue sun. In this case, redirection would return to your opponent's hand since it can no longer be used on your blue sun, which is now being affected by anti-redirection. Any card of yours that is on your opponent's side of the field or in their hand is considered repossessed or under their control. Since repossession and cards with similar effects are very useful, here are a few rules to refer back to when dealing with magic cards that cause cards to move from one side of the field to another. Your cards may never enter your opponent's discard pile, double discard pile, or deck. The only exception is internal destruction, which enters your opponent's deck due to its own effect. When a card that you have repossessed is destroyed, that card goes to your opponent's discard pile or double discard pile. If a card that you have repossessed should be shuffled into your deck due to a card effect, it is instead shuffled back into your opponent's deck. When a power card that is being modified by a magic card is repossessed, that magic card remains on the original player's field. However, connectivity is not broken, and the modifier magic card still affects the power card from the other side of the field. Be sure to return your opponent's cards to them at the end of every game. Using colored sleeves when playing with friends makes it easier to spot repossessed cards that may have been overlooked. Redirection is a reactive magic card that allows you to turn your opponent's power card attacks and magic card effects against them. Since redirection is an important part of any deck, here are a few rules to keep in mind when dealing with this card and its many variants. When redirecting an attack, you must select a new target on either side of the field. Since a power card cannot attack itself, you may not choose the attacking power card as the target. If your opponent has no other power cards on their side of the field, you must redirect the attack at their deck. When redirecting an attack, trap cards are always bypassed. With the exception of bypassing trap cards, the same rules of attack order apply to redirected attacks. If your opponent has a shield on their side of the field, you must redirect the attack at their shield, and any excess damage is dealt to their power cards followed by their deck. In addition, if you redirect an attack at another power card of equal or greater strength, the attacking power card is destroyed, and the attacking player loses the difference from the top of their deck. When redirecting the attack of a power card that is being modified by a magic card, the redirected attack retains that effect. For example, if your opponent attacks you with an orange sun that is being modified by nuptial wings, and you respond by playing redirection, the redirected attack will be dealt directly to your opponent's deck. You can redirect a redirected attack or effect by playing your own redirection card after your opponent plays theirs. Just as a magic card can only be played if its effect is applicable, a magic card can only be redirected if its effect is applicable to the new target. For example, if your opponent plays Forgotten Warriors to destroy 2 power cards on your side of the field, you can only play redirection if your opponent has at least 2 power cards on their side of the field. Otherwise, Forgotten Warriors would not be applicable against your opponent, and you would not be able to use redirection. Certain magic cards can attack as if they are power cards. These attacks can be redirected just like power card attacks, even though the effect of these magic cards cannot. Temporary magic cards must be redirected at the time they are played. A redirected temporary magic card remains on the original player's side of the field while its effect is redirected to another player or card. Since redirection is not player-specific, you may even redirect a power card attack or magic card effect at a card on your own side of the field.